a second, boys.
They say behind every successful man, there's a woman. Hi, I'm Sarah Markle, and I believe you just found that woman because I'm about to stand behind you, yes you, and guide you until every last one of you is making the kind of money you want to make, and a lot more. In fact, I'm going to be chained to my computer for the next 3 months until every last one of you is making an income that allows you to quit your job in just 24 hours and become a millionaire 100 days after that. And nothing is going to stop me from getting you to those goals. Why am I doing this? Hang tight. Let's go inside and we'll talk some more. Okay, boys, gonna get you a snack. Now I know what you're thinking. A millionaire in 100 days sounds like a nice promise. The truth is, it's not, because I don't believe in promises, and you shouldn't either. I believe in results. That's why everything I'm telling you now that you're going to make, you're going to actually start making right here, right now, live, for free, before this presentation is even over. But if you leave before this video is done, you, of course, get nothing. Well, you do get something. You get a hefty slice of regret filling your chest. And a life always wondering if you had passed up on the greatest opportunity of your life for no reason. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, shall we? I'm a woman, and you're not used to seeing a woman on one of these. You've been hearing from guys from all shapes and forms for years, but only guys, right? Well, let me ask you, how's it been working for you? Are you rich yet from what these scammers have been selling you? Crickets, right? You guys, here's a snack.
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
That's my Dustin and Taylor. They've been through a lot these last 2 years. Really tough divorce. I just love to see them smile. Anyway, let's get back to business. I wanted to throw a crazy idea at you. The men. Maybe that's exactly why you haven't had any success till now. You're listening to men, but it's not just men. Between you and me, it's the worst kind of men. The type of guys who drop their girlfriend more than they drop off their dry cleaning. They have no loyalty. Every relationship is all about them. And what are you to them? Not a person, you're a dollar sign. They want your money, then they get rid of you as soon as humanly possible. Now you know why you can't get a response to your email to these gurus. Because they couldn't care less. And by the way, here's something they don't want you to see, because it's really pathetic. We actually bought all of their software they've been selling you and did a study on it with my team of experts. Do you want to know what we found? We found the software they've been giving you will never actually turn a profit over time, but it will burn your money very quickly and very recklessly. We also found out that their code is written by amateurs who have been programming for about a year and have never traded a day in their life. Also, 85% of them are programmers from India and the Philippines, the cheapest programming in the world. We stacked all of them together against our quick cash system, and here's what happened. In 1 hour in our test, Quick Cash System generated $3,248.14. Quite nice. This is what the Guru software produced in the first hour. Negative $146.82. Lose that kind of money every hour and you'll be sleeping on the steps of some church. That's because they actually operate on no real mathematical formula at all. Your kids' toys are more sophisticated, which is exactly why they're able to come up with so many so fast. So tell me, does it make sense to try something a little different? Does it make sense to give a chick a chance? I think you should. Because here are a few facts you probably didn't know about women and trading. Hedge funds run by women make 3 times as much money as hedge funds run by men. Did you know that? Did you know that investment companies with female CEOs outperform companies with male CEOs by nearly 50%? Did you know that Barclays Bank, one of the largest banks in the world, has created a fund that invests only in companies significantly run by women? And did you know that that fund has beat the S&P for 5 years in a row? It's proven over and over again. When it comes to really profitable trading, Always look for the one in the skirt and makeup. One major reason we're so much better with trading is that we don't take some of the ridiculous risks that guys take because they're on an egotistical power trip. We leave our egos at the door, go conservative, and stick only with investments that don't lose. Sure winners. And that's exactly why I'm here speaking to you. Because what I have for you today is a sure winner from every angle. It's mathematically guaranteed, and it's also legally guaranteed. If your chance of making a profit weren't bulletproof, I would never be here making this video to tell you about this system. Did you know I'm not getting paid a red cent to do this? That's why there is no payment button on this page, and there will never be one on this page. You're getting my system scot-free in a minute. And with it, you'll make money every single hour of every single day, starting from $5,000 per day and going all the way up to $10 million a year. As you can see, it's totally possible. And it's being done. And it's being done because the money here is absolutely unlimited. And if you want to know how that is, let me let you in on something the government would rather you not know. The government actually has two separate governments. One that people know about and vote into office, and another one that we know absolutely nothing about. The secret government. If you think I'm making this up, just Google black budget. Do it after the video because you don't want this video to come down during the delay. The black budget is a budget for organizations, people, projects no one ever gets to know about. The crazy thing is, the black budget is almost as big as the regular budget. The black budget can spend on whatever they want, as much as they want, and no voter really knows what they're doing, so there's no consequences. Last year they spent $52.8 billion. That's a lot. Very few people know where any of that money goes. But due to my relationship with my ex-husband Avi, I do know where some of that money goes. And you won't believe it when I tell you. I'm putting myself at risk to tell you this, but I'm doing it anyway because it's the key to why you're going to be able to make totally automated, unlimited wealth that always grows and never fails, no matter how much or how little you invest. A significant part of the black budget goes towards an academic and scientific task force called DIFUS. And this is an organization, you will never find them on Wikipedia because it officially doesn't exist. DIFUS is a team of mathematicians, statisticians, and programmers swept up from Israel, Russia, and China, and other countries, which together form this organization. DIFUS is an ancient word that means the pattern. The job of this task force is to find the pattern. What pattern? What they're looking for is a certain kind of algorithm, one that can be used to accurately predict key factors in the economy, and especially the movement of particular stocks in the stock market. Their real goal is to be able to predict the movement of stocks by a mathematical algorithm or pattern, instead of chasing news stories and interest rate spikes, which always put their capital at risk. According to many statisticians, finding such an algorithm is impossible. But many scientists within the government disagree, and they've been searching for it on grants for the black budget for over 18 years. The goal here is so that the government insiders and their Wall Street cronies can use that pattern to invest in stocks on the binary options market. Why binary? Because they know that's the fastest, most profitable, and also the least risky of all marketplaces, as I'll explain. DIFUS gives tens of millions of dollars each year to generate more and more data and information from the history of money going back centuries, all to find the pattern that's behind it all. Why are they so obsessed with this pattern? Why are they so obsessed with developing this algorithm? Well, just think about it. Imagine you had a machine that's not fancy. It only does one thing. It trades profitably 100% of the time. If that actually existed, it would change history in a way, more than an atom bomb ever could have. It would actually shift the balance of power between nations forever. Think about that. Think about what it would mean. A truly perfect level of accuracy, theoretically, would be like being able to win every single bet that happens in Vegas, every single day, with rapid investment. Ultimately, that would create so much cash, it would make Solomon's treasure look like a rotten banana peel. So that's why they've been searching for it for decades. There was never much news to report about it all this time. And then, in early 2014, not too long ago, for the first time, something actually happened. I'm gonna go and check on the boys for a second. office reported to their bosses that they felt they'd made a breakthrough. They'd said this many times before, but when actually tested, it didn't work nearly as well as they had said it would. It never was the pattern to end all. But this was different, because this time, after they shared this algorithm, they all lost their jobs the next day. You weren't expecting me to say that, were you? Well, they came to their bosses with this formula. It was analyzed for 24 hours, and then it caused quite a ruckus in the main office when they watched the results posted. They were running around like beady-eyed beavers, waiting to get the results, cross-checked with another division of their scientists. This division was working parallel to DIFAS, and they were just as skilled as they were. They ran it through its paces and came back and said, bingo! This was it. This actually worked. Basically every single time. With that confirmation, the government had what they wanted. The next immediate job was to make sure it stayed among themselves. They shredded all the paperwork used to develop this formula and bribed every scientist to sign a gag order and agreed to never speak of their work again. What was the big deal? They knew what they had found wasn't just any pattern, it was the source of wealth itself. An algorithm subtle enough, complex enough, and far-reaching enough that it could actually accurately predict the movement of stocks, in this case with 99.9% accuracy, which, as every trader knows, is just about as good as 100%. You can never lose money at 99.9% accuracy. The only thing that happens at that level is you get rich. My ex-husband is the only one who did not sign the gag order. He wouldn't take the bribe. He realized how important this was, and he didn't want it to remain in the hands of a few who had no interest in doing anything for the many. That had been going on for too long. So while the Fed said they'd been watching him closely, he was still a free agent and in possession of that information. Then, one day the next week, he didn't come home. We were told they took him in for questioning, and that it could be weeks before he comes out. I knew how corrupt his bosses were, and how their real enemies don't see the light of day. I cried every night. Maybe this was it. But Dustin and Taylor needed their dad. Who was going to put them to bed? Play catch with them? Teach them Spanish? I had no idea what would become of my husband and the father of my children. And then there's me. Was I ready to be a single mom? I didn't know if I could handle this kind of loss. Then one night, I got a phone call from someone who only spoke in a whisper. I could tell right away it was Avi, and I could tell he was in a rush. All he said was, check the top drawer in my office desk. There's something funny you should read. Something funny? It had to be a cover for something. What he was actually doing was leaking it to me to make sure it got out, even if he didn't. He told me later that he had actually figured out the formula a day before the team and wrote it down and input it into their trading software. And keep that in mind as the story continues. The letter said, you will never worry about money ever again if you just follow these instructions. Share this only with people who need it and keep it away from people who don't. Get on the computer. In the corner of the screen, it will ask for a 64-digit password, which is on the back of this page. And the rest is easy. He was right. It was easy. The next thing that happens, it asks me to connect a bank with my routing number and tracking number. I hit enter. Then it says money has been deposited. Then appears one red button that says engage. I hit it. And then I'm taken to a new screen that has a lot going on it. I see a screen with waves and peaks and dips constantly moving, sort of like a heart monitor. Then a woman's voice, kind of like Siri, says, process 1 begins in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then, among the peaks and dips, I start to see little blips or flashes of light on top of the peak and on the bottom of the dips. Then the next thing I know, words are flashing on the right side of the screen. Buy, sell, 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 buy. It was happening so fast I could barely read it. Then another part of the screen is showing my earnings. It moves around sort of like a debt clock, constantly changing and flickering. But I could see that within the first few seconds, it was saying I had earned $22. I watched it happen a little more, and then I saw there was $48 in there. Then 60, 84, 130, 149, and then it starts to speed up. 189, 254, 349, 489, 789, 849, 1,349. Then it says, almost like the screen you get when you finish an arcade game, trading session complete. Next session in 5 minutes and 35 seconds. Time elapsed, 1.25 seconds. Profits earned, $1,349.22. Was this for real? This couldn't be for real. I could not have generated $1,349.22 in about 5 minutes, so I checked my bank account online. It said there was a deposit pending for $1,349.22. Holy crap! Then it starts up again. Session number 2, earnings, 165, 159, 256. Starts getting faster again. 478, 612, 847, 1,158, $1,575.54. Trading session complete. You now have a total of $3,478.78. I ran 5 sessions that day and I earned $10,478.69. I felt like I was dreaming, like this couldn't possibly be happening. I pulled up a calculator and that's when I realized, if this keeps up, I will be a millionaire in under 3 months. I did some more calculations and realized if I did it every year, I would be one of the top 10 richest women here in Oregon, where I live. And now, thank you very much, I am. I earn this, and this, and this. Beachfront properties, apartment buildings, some big hotel, and my bank account usually looks like this, while my real money is being constantly reinvested with the system. You boys know that you should be playing with the drone near the pool.
I know, just a little more.
No, come on, you have homework to finish.
Oh,
Come on.
I'll be right there.
Thank you, boys. Avi never came home. He said it was too dangerous. He filed for divorce. He left me and the kids, maybe to give us a life we deserve. Still breaks my heart even to talk about it. And as difficult as that time was, I know it was God's plan. It was well worth it. That's a taste of how the system has helped us. But that's not where the real awesomeness is. Let's watch a video that I shot in January of this year to prove to you that you really can quit your job in 24 hours and become a millionaire in 100 days. Here we go. Hi.
Table for...
Oh, just one. Oh, I'm going to film a conversation later. Yeah.
Okay, right this way. And can I get something started for you other than water?
Yes, can I have an iced tea with lemon, please?
Of course.
Thank you.
I'll be right back.
Okay. So we did our research, and our insider information tells us that this girl who just waited on me is in a little bit of a tight spot. So I'm going to see if she'll sit down and talk to me for a few moments.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Do you have any questions about the menu? Or have you made a decision?
Actually, I do have some questions. So do you have a moment that you can sit down and talk to me?
Well, we're pretty slow, so okay, what do you need?
Okay, this might sound a little bit strange, but I want to help you.
What do you mean?
Hi, I'm Sarah.
I'm Clara.
And I actually came here today to see you.
You know what? We're pretty slow. Let me go ask my manager if I can take a quick break.
Okay. Perfect.
So what do you want to talk to me about?
Can I ask you a personal question?
Sure.
Do you like the job that you have here?
Well, to be honest with you, not really, but it's a paycheck.
Do you like your boss?
You know, he's really not on my good side right now. You know, he means well, but he just docked my pay because we've been kind of slow lately. I just don't understand why he did it. It doesn't make any sense. And, I've got rent to pay and I'm behind on rent and I'm kind of on a fixed income right now. So it's just like I don't know how I'm going to catch up. And honestly, I have been feeling really scared inside.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry, Clara. I know exactly what that's like. And if you don't mind, let me see if I've got this right. So you don't like your job, and you don't like your boss, and you're probably only staying in your job because it's a paycheck, right? Even though the paycheck is less than it's ever been.
Yep, that sums it up.
Well, what if I told you that you could make the same paycheck without the boss, without the work, and you'd actually take home a much bigger paycheck at the end of the day?
Well, that's amazing. That's something I've always dreamed of. But, there's nothing like that out there. If there was, everyone would be doing it, right?
Well, yes, that's actually true, unless you had an algorithm that nobody else has.
A what?
Okay, this gets a little bit geeky, and I'm no expert, but from what I understand, an algorithm is basically like a pattern or a set of rules, a specific set of rules, like you would use to create a computer program like Microsoft Word. There's certain patterns encoded into it that tell what to do when you do specific things with your keyboard. And they can be very simple rules or very, very complicated rules.
Okay, I get it.
Okay, now here's the juicy part. Recently, some very smart and some very powerful people got together and found that with the right algorithm, even though it's very complicated, it can predict whether stocks go up or down with 92% accuracy.
Wow, that's really good, right?
Insanely good. Never in history has anything been that accurate. And even though the markets seem unpredictable, with the right algorithm and enough data over time, the markets aren't unpredictable. They follow certain patterns that repeat themselves, kind of like a professional surfer. To us, the waves seem huge and powerful and unpredictable, but to the surfer, they're not unpredictable. He can read the waves and know which ones to take and which ones to avoid, and then he uses the waves to his advantage to surf into the shore perfectly every time.
I don't get the math part, but you totally got me on the surfer analogy. I grew up in Laguna Beach, so I used to surf as a kid, so I totally get that. It's kind of like a force of nature. And, some people think you can't tame it, but the surfers can ride the wave perfectly.
Okay, you've got it. It's a beautiful thing. But with this algorithm, there's one difference.
What's that?
Okay, with this algorithm, there's actually no effort involved. You don't have to balance or paddle or do any work at all. You just hit go, and then you can lay on the sand and sunbathe while the money is just being made for you on autopilot.
Is that right? How is that possible?
You want to see it? Do you want to try for yourself? I have the program right here on my computer. And just follow the instructions.
Sarah, I don't know why I believe you, but I do. Let's give this a whirl.
Okay, let me introduce my system to you. It's called the Quick Cash System.
Oh, catchy. How do you work it?
Well, I'm going to show you. There's really nothing to it. Just let it configure itself. It should only take a moment. See? Are you married?
I wish.
Well, whatever you do, don't marry a government secret ops agent.
Okay, I won't. Actually, I've been trying to get my boyfriend to propose, but he just won't commit.
Oh, why is that?
I think financial issues. He just doesn't really know how he's going to support us yet.
Oh, okay, I got that. But I can give you some good news, because I think he's going to change his mind very quickly. If you only knew what I just loaded up for you in my computer, if you only knew how this is going to change everything for you.
I feel like I'm about to find out.
Yeah. Okay, first things first. I hope you don't mind me asking, but what do you make an hour at this job?
$13 an hour.
Okay, keep that in mind. Now, just enter your bank information here.
My bank information?
Oh, don't worry, it's totally secure. It's just going to tell the system where the money has to go.
What money?
Oh, you'll see. Okay, now you see the engage button.
Oh my gosh, there's a button for me to get engaged?
Oh. Maybe, but this is a different sort of button. Okay, hit the button. Okay, so what you see here are the dips and the peaks. It's the ups and downs of the stock market live in real time, except we're not in the stock market, we're in the binary options market here. Okay, and all you need to know is this is the way to make the most money with the least risk and in the least amount of time.
Yeah, I think I've heard of binary before. Really powerful stuff.
Oh, totally. Insanely powerful. Look at this. This might look like chaos to you, but the quick cash system analyzes and predicts the direction the stock is going with 92% accuracy.
Wow.
Just watch. The coolest thing that has ever happened to you in your life is about to happen in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, process number 1 initiated.
Oh my gosh, it's so fast I can hardly read it. Wow.
Yep, I told you it was the quick cash system. Now check that out.
What?
That's your earnings.
Oh my God, no way. I don't think so.
I think so.
$32, $49, $63, $79, $95.
Wait, it gets better.
$111, $134.
Do you see that jump?
Yeah, I do. $168, $245, $398, $512, $748, $952, $1,159, $1,489. Session complete.
So Clara, did you think you'd get a pay raise from $13 an hour to $1,498 an hour today?
I don't believe it. That's impossible. Is this a trick? I mean, how is it possible that I made over $1,000 that fast? I didn't even do anything.
Oh, no trick. Let's see. Log into your bank account and check the balance, because the earnings have already been deposited into it.
No way! I mean, this will make up for the rent that I'm past due on my apartment. And a lot more. I don't know if you understand what you just did. Can I keep this?
Oh, of course. It's yours. You earned it. And it's going to keep coming in, like automatically. And do you think a little, you know who is going to propose to you soon?
Oh my God, yes! That's amazing!
Okay, so what do you want to do now? What do you feel like doing?
I want to go tell my boss I don't want to work here anymore.
Go for it. Do it. So what did he say?
You won't believe it. He said if this keeps up, he's going to quit his job too.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to shut this whole restaurant down.
Oh my gosh, don't even worry about it. I want to celebrate. What about a shopping spree at Nordstrom's?
Yes, do it. Mike's time it down. Let's do it. This isn't just one story. Since we released my system, we have had over 144 users who have in total earned $248.8 million, more than most hedge funds make in a year. We have been privileged to be able to change the lives of mothers, fathers, grandfathers, fire workers, construction workers. We've saved families. We've built new educational centers. It's been unbelievable. And maybe best of all, we're having an awesome time too. And we just got in this video from David Rico, which I thought you might enjoy.
I just wanted to update you on my progress. As you know, I made $448,967 in the first 2 months with the quick cash system. And, well, it's only gone uphill from there. I just got back from a Magellan course around the entire world. I flew first class on every flight and took the most expensive cruises. I ordered the most expensive room service and the most expensive hotel in every nation I went to. And I got access to the most exclusive parties. I felt like a celebrity. But the most amazing thing was this. No matter how much money I spent, each day I'd wake up in the morning, check my accounts, and there'd be more money in there than when I started. And all my spending didn't even make a dent. I couldn't be more grateful, Sarah. Thank you.
Another video we recently received from Brooke Quinn. This shows you the more meaningful side of what quick cash systems can accomplish.
Hi, Sarah. I just want to let you know that last month I made $94,489, and it means more to me than you will ever know. It may have saved my dad's life. See, my dad's insurance premiums went up because of this whole healthcare insurance fiasco. He was caught in the middle. He couldn't afford his premiums, but he didn't qualify for the exchange. And that's when he had his heart attack. Luckily, he survived, but the hospital sent him a bill for over $45,000. They wanted that money right away. He didn't have it. He didn't know what he was going to do. Well, I had been using the quick cash system for several weeks, and I said, I'm going to take care of this. Give me that bill. And with one check, I was able to pay off the whole thing. My parents cried tears when they found out. Tears of joy. Thank you, Sarah. You are a hero in my book.
And now I think you know why I'm here with you today. Avi changed my life by sharing the quick cash system with me, and now I want to change your life by sharing it with you. The stories that have been generated by the system, well, you can't put a price on any of it. And if you're here and you stayed this long, I know you're in need just as much as them. And I want the power in your hands, where it can really make a difference, instead of in the hands of those who are exploiting us. And for me, honestly, this isn't even about the money you can make. The thing that's the most important in the world, at the end of the day, is relationships. Thanks to Avi, this has completely changed my life. Ever since Avi passed on the quick cash system, budgeting is something I don't even think about, because I can't possibly spend all the money coming in, even if I tried. I just really enjoy what I have and the time I get to spend with my kids. What happened to my life, you deserve in your life. Wouldn't you like a marriage where you don't have to care about who spends what? If you're a couple, I want you to be able to do what Avi did for me, for your spouse. And if you're single, I want you to know you can support somebody else in your life. I want to see my system build strong, beautiful relationships and strong, beautiful families. As a mother, that's what really means the most to me. And that's what we're already doing. But we can't do it for everyone, just as I can't adopt every child in need, even though I'd love to. We'll be capping access to the system once we reach 250 users, which is going to happen any minute now. You can see the total on this page. The reason for that is, like I said earlier, I'm 100% invested in you. I'm in this for you until every one of your income goals is met, which is why I personally monitor each of your accounts. I can't see any of your personal information, your earnings, or even your name, but we will be behind the scenes tweaking your private software so it's totally customized to the specific time and your specific situation. I do this because it's the only way I can guarantee you job-crushing income in 24 hours and millionaire income in 100 days. That's hard work for hundreds of people, so we can't take any more of that. But there's another reason that's maybe even more important. We also can't draw too much attention to what we're doing. The government can't legally stop us, but they have their ways of making my life more difficult for giving this away. At 250 people, we stay below the radar. 250 people getting rich off the stock market has no statistical significance to them. Over 250, you could start running into problems. And here's a little treat for those of you who sign up right now. If you do, and you're one of the 250, you get thousands of dollars in free money to start trading. I'm also going to send you a ticket to a party with me and my girlfriends called the 500K Cruise. You need to hit 500K to be invited on the cruise, but you usually hit that within 2 months. When you get there, you're going to feel like you are in the Twilight Zone. You'll see politicians, NBA stars, and actors you know. It's 3 days, 3 nights, open bar, everything is prepaid. At the request of the guys, we keep a 3-to-1 ratio of women to men. You will have a great time. You'll build some amazing relationships. You'll meet the people that are going to show you how to quickly go from 1 million to 10 million and all the way up to $100 million, because they have all done it themselves. You don't really understand what this kind of wealth is all about until you experience it. I didn't understand either until I became rich. Just imagine what your life will be like when buying something that costs $1,000 feels to you like it only costs $10, because that's what it's going to be like. Do you want to buy an Olympic-sized swimming pool with a waterproof pool table inside just for kicks? Well, 3 months from now, to you, that'll feel like buying a new pair of jeans. Do you want to drink the finest champagne? Just do it. Paying $500 for a bottle of the best will feel like $5. And just let your imagination run from there, because it's all going to be possible. It'll be like your old life never happened. Because your house, your car, and most of all your bank account will be nothing like you've ever had before. Like Cinderella. This becomes this. And this becomes this. And this becomes this. Imagine being in a restaurant and picking up the tab for everybody in the entire place. That's what I do whenever I feel like it. Do you want it? Seriously, do you really want that freedom? If so, there's only one thing you need to do. Put your best email address in the form below and follow the instructions on the next page. That's it. We'll take care of the rest. Once you put your email address in there and hit the button, the historic Quick Cash system will be in your ownership, in your inbox, seconds later. Yours forever. You will be one of about 400 in the world. So putting your email address in right now before you watch another minute of this is absolutely critical. Because this website can and will shut down at any moment, and then this opportunity disappears forever. So put in your email address now. Don't wait a second longer. Let me remind you, the Quick Cash system works 24/7, 365. Winter, spring, summer, fall, runs all day long, running sessions that speed up every second. 10 sessions a day, with each one averaging $1,984, which is $1.03 million per year. It's that simple. Being a millionaire is now not only your ability, it's your right. The software works on the DIFUS algorithm. You'll be getting an algorithm the Bank of England doesn't have. You'll be getting an algorithm China doesn't have, but they wish they did. So don't be foolish enough to reject when it's being offered to you on a silver platter. Configuring the software is just a matter of going through the security process, then hitting one magic button that says engage. Once you go through the security process, you never need to go through it again. It will recognize you, which saves you time. Which is good, because the Quick Cash system makes you money by the split second. When you watch a 2-hour movie, you'll come back to find $3,489 on average in your account. Since you started watching this video, you would have made $647. Do you know what it's like to wake up richer no matter what you did the day before? Every day becomes a weekend. Do you want it? Do you need it? It's easy. Put your email address below, follow the instructions. We take care of the rest. We'll start filling your bank account with new money within minutes. And once you hit the engage button, it's going to be the ride of your life. But you're stuck in the parking lot right now. You need to put your email address in. That's the turn of the key. That makes everything else happen really easily. If you haven't done that yet, you're doing yourself a great disservice, and a disservice to everyone around you. All of them could be benefiting from this blessing. Just think about it for one moment. Think about what a life of abundance would look like. A life where the answer to everything is yes. Yes to your kids. Yes to your spouse. Worry is gone. Fear is gone. Believe me, you don't miss either of them. Give that gift to yourself. Give yourself a chance. Normally it takes 30 years to achieve success like this. And even then, people don't get it. So what's it going to be? Are you going to be on the cutting edge of once-in-a-generation leap in technology, or sitting in the cold? I can promise you, lightning doesn't strike twice. It won't ever happen again like this. I know it's hard to think big sometimes. You've been through a rough time. In some way or another, you're struggling. Maybe you sometimes feel like you're left wandering in a desert, thirsty. Maybe you've fallen on your face. And what you see right now is kind of like a mirage, a perfect, beautiful life that's easy and carefree and luxurious and fun. Wealth that's truly everlasting and totally unlimited. You can almost touch it. Well, wake up, because right now it really is right in front of you. And it's no mirage, it's real. And you've seen with your very own eyes what this can do. It makes you a millionaire in 100 days and job-crushing income in 24 hours. That's exactly what it does, every single time. So let me ask you, what's really holding you back? Is it giving up your email? Because that's 100% secure, by the way. I can't even see it, can't sell it, and it's protected by about 10 firewalls. Is it not knowing if it will work? You pay nothing to try it. Is it the initial $250 that worries you? Nearly every other business out there will cost you between $10,000 and $100,000 to start. And that's just the start. Be happy. You have the best deal on earth. You get in for a $250 deposit with none of the headache they have, which means you can't possibly lose out. Are you just too lazy to take the next step? If you're too lazy for this, you're too lazy for every single other way of making money, because they all take a lot more work. So this is actually the laziest thing you can do. You just have to take that one tiny step for man and one giant leap for your bank account. Think about it. Massive countries like Russia, China, and France would pay millions for this software. You're getting it for free. I blocked their access for now. But I want it in your hands before it gets into theirs. So do yourself a favor. Do the world a favor. Put your email address below and follow the simple instructions on the next page. You'll be able to quit your job in 24 hours and become a millionaire in just 100 days. And that money making begins in about 120 seconds from when you put your email in this box. So put your email address in the box and start making money almost immediately. A lot of sacrifice went into bringing this to you. Please don't reject all of that time and effort. Do it now. I promise you it will be the most important thing you've ever done. Hey guys, who's winning?